Hi, welcome to Story Time for the week of November 16th. Today I'm going to read some Hedgehog books and then share the Hedgehog craft. The craft kits can be picked up at the library while supplies last. If you have any questions, you can give us a call at 973-538-6161. Our first book is called Ouch! Hedgehog had just finished building her winter nest under the old apple tree. Not too large and not too small, just right for a nice long winter sleep. Plop! Suddenly, a juicy red apple landed on her back. Ouch! Squealed Hedgehog. She curled into a spiny ball, hoping it would fall off. But when she uncurled, the juicy red apple was still there. Hedgehog tried to squeeze herself and the apple into her beautiful new nest. But could she get in? No, she could not with the apple on her back. The nest was too small. Oh dear! Squirrel scurrying past with an armful of brown nuts stopped to help. He pushed and he struggled and he heaved and he tugged. But the juicy red apple stayed where it was. Worse still, 3 of Squirrel's brown nuts got caught in Hedgehog's spines. So now she had a juicy red apple and 3 brown nuts on her back. Oh dear, wailed Hedgehog. Winter is coming and I can't get into my nest. What will I do? Try rolling on your back, snorted Pig, trotting up. That'll get rid of it all. Hedgehog threw herself on the ground. Her little legs paddled in the air as she twisted and wiggled and rolled. Has it all gone? She asked hopefully, scrabbling to her feet. Pig shook his head. No, the juicy red apple and the 3 brown nuts were still there. So were a small green pear and a crumpled brown leaf. Oh dear, sighed Hedgehog, rolling her eyes. But up in the air, sailing towards Hedgehog, she saw a colorful piece of paper. Bother, she cried. This way and that way she ran as fast as she could. This way and that way drifted the paper and landed right on her back between the apple and the 3 brown nuts. It's not fair, cried Hedgehog, who now had a juicy red apple, 3 brown nuts, a small green pear, a crumpled brown leaf, and a colorful piece of paper on her back. I'll never get into my nest. Hedgehog trotted to the pond and gazed at her reflection in the water. Hello, Hedgehog. That's a lot of stuff on your back, croaked Frog. Humph, I'm trying to get rid of it, sniffed Hedgehog. Dive, said Frog. That'll wash it off. Hedgehog dipped her foot into the murky water, then dived. Splash! Her friends watched. Hedgehog bobbing up and down. The juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts and the small green pear, and the crumpled brown leaf, and the colorful piece of paper were all still there. And so was a pink water lily. Glug, 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 gurgled Hedgehog as the others heaved her out of the water. She did look funny, but Hedgehog did not find it funny. Stop laughing, she spluttered, and stamped her feet on the ground. Where am I going to sleep? Pig and Squirrel looked worried. So did Frog. I do have one last idea, oinked Pig. Squeeze through that hedge over there. That'll brush everything off. So Hedgehog closed her eyes, squeezed herself through the thick leaves. But did it get everything off her back? No, it did not. They were all still there. And so were 4 ripe blackberries. And there, staring at her with a look of great surprise, stood Goat. Ooh, cried Goat, you've brought lunch. Help yourself, Hedgehog said. Take it all. Yippee, brayed Goat. Then he picked off and ate the juicy red apple, the 3 brown nuts, the small green pear, the pink water lily, and the 4 ripe blackberries. For pudding, he ate the paper. The only thing he left was the crumpled brown leaf. He just couldn't eat any more. Hooray, cried Hedgehog. She felt as light as a feather. Thank you, Goat, she said. Then she ran as fast as her little legs would carry her, through the gate, past the pond, across the orchard, under the tree, and home to her nest. Hedgehog squeezed into her little nest. It fit her perfectly, and it was the best nest ever. Outside, a cold wind blew another apple off the tree. But did it fall on Hedgehog? But it didn't fall on Hedgehog. She was safe in her nest, fast, fast asleep. Our next book is called Hedgehugs, Autumn, Hide, and Squeak. Horace and Hattie are the very best of friends. There are so many things they like to do together. They like to make funny shadows as the sun comes up. They like to follow shiny snail trails and catch dewdrops from leaves. And after a rain, they like to spot sparkly spider webs. When Horace is busy, Hattie likes to decorate her nest. When Hattie is busy, Horace likes to practice his music. One windy autumn day, the sky was filled with leaves falling from trees. It was pretty, but Hattie felt sad that the branches would soon be empty. Horace didn't want Hattie to be sad. He gathered up as many leaves as he could and was trying to put them back on the trees when suddenly something squeaked. Horace and Hattie leapt with surprise. They landed in a pile of leaves. The squeaky thing thought it was a game. He loved to play hide and seek. Horace and Hattie loved to play games too. They were experts at hiding and seeking. First, Horace and Hattie searched for their new friend in the blackberry bushes. When they found him hidden in a tangle of brambles, he squeaked with joy. It took the squeaky thing a long time to spot his friends among the seed pods. Horace and Hattie knew the squeaky thing was hidden somewhere beneath the toadstools and mushrooms. Squeak! At last they found him. He's right here. The three friends giggled. It was so much fun to play hide and squeak. Horace had one last hiding place. He spied a secret spot. Hattie hunted. The squeaky thing searched. They looked and looked. Horace waited and waited until, surprise! Horace popped out of a pumpkin. The other two squealed in fright and delight. When the last leaf fell from the tree, it was time for the squeaky thing to return to his family. Hattie felt sad again. Horace had an idea. He whispered to their new little friend. And the tree came alive with colorful leaves, laughter, and lots of new squeaky friends. And that is Hedgehugs. This one is called The Hug. Hedgehog was feeling sad as a hedgehog could feel. So sad, only one thing could help. Hello, said Hedgehog. Hello, said Fox. Please, may I have a hug, asked Hedgehog. I'd love to, replied Fox, but I just got to knock over that bin. Bang! Crash! Splat! I'm feeling quite sad and would very much like a hug, said Hedgehog. I'm a little busy counting all my nuts, replied Squirrel, who only had 3 nuts. Now I'll have to start over. 1, 2, 3. Might you give me a small hug, begged Hedgehog. Perhaps after I sing my song, replied Magpie, which is quite long. Squawk, 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 squawk. Why will no one hug me? Hedgehog sniffed. You're just a little bit tricky to hug, replied Owl, with all your prickly prickles. But don't worry, there's someone for everyone. Now I'm even more sad, said Hedgehog. Will I ever find someone to hug? And that is when they met. And that's when they hugged. As happy as a hug could make you, as happy as two someones could be. And that is the hug. Our craft today is a little hedgehog with some prickly spikes. So in your craft kit, you're going to get a hedgehog body, a face, a nose, eye, and then you're going to get lots and lots of prickles. Oops, sorry. And how I made my prickles stand up like this is quite easy. If you want them to stand up, you fold your little prickles over and then just glue the little edge. And then you put it on the hedgehog so it just stands up like that. So that is your hedgehog. Hope you enjoy making it. Bye-bye for now.